You, what is going on, Power Up fam? Welcome to the third episode of the Power Up podcast, man. Welcome to the stream. If you're tuning in on Twitch, welcome. If you're watching this on YouTube, welcome as well. Good to have you guys with us, man. Thank you for tuning in on this third episode as we continue to kick this thing off and power up, hopefully, your gameplay a little bit, get you some things, get you some new thoughts and maybe a different perspective of the game, but also hopefully we get to power up your life a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're here to do. And I can't think of a better way, man. Sometimes when you do life with people, there's always three things. When we talk about things with friends, I'm always talking about three things. Either the good, we're talking about the bad, we're gonna talk about the ugly. All right. Now, with this brother right here, there's literally nothing. There's nothing bad. There's nothing bad about my man right here. Nothing bad. There's not much ugly about him. Okay, he's a good. Shots fired. Shots fired. Nah, but for real though, ain't nothing ugly about this brother. This dude is nothing but the good. We're talking about my man, my boy, my brother from another, Mr. Travis the Spice Sawyer, man. What up, man? How you feeling? How we feeling?
I'm good, man. Appreciate the intro, bro. Glad to be here for number 3.
Yes, it's a three-peat.
It's three-peat. So, quick story time, real quick. So, obviously, this weekend, went down to Florida to celebrate the passing of, celebrating remembrance of Asia's grandfather.
Yeah.
My wife.
Yep.
And long story short, let's go fast forward to our trip to the airport. So, coming back home today, we get to the airport probably about, I'll say 11 o'clock. Flight leaves at 12:16. So in the car on the way there, we were literally talking, man, have you ever got to an airport super late and you went to the wrong gate and you almost missed your flight and he's like, yeah, man, okay, that happened to me. I definitely don't want to happen to us, so we good.
That's the worst.
So pull up, get out, and we walk inside, got the kids and stuff. I'm like, okay. I look at the they have like a little sign where it shows all the flights and stuff and whatnot. Look on there, I'm like, okay, our flight is at gate one, I think it was 70. They said our flight is at gate 70 through 129 because the Orlando airport has like 2 gate sections. They got a gate section from like 1 through 70, and they got another gate section that's like 70 through 129 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let's go to our gate. So we're gonna go to the gate, go to OTSA. We get there, and I'm looking at the sign again. I'm like, I don't see Frontier on here. All I see is Delta and Silver and a bunch of other airlines, but I did not see Frontier. I'm like, So I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm like,
we about to miss this flight.
So we go on the monorail to go to the gates. We get there, we get to the side, we walk off the monorail, looking around, still see the same sign, still don't see the Frontier anywhere. I'm like, shoot. So I checked my phone on the app, checked my boarding pass, and sure enough, boarding pass is like gate 16. I was like, oh no. So by this time it's already 11:30. So they're already boarding the plane. So we're rushing back to the beginning, to the main entrance, go through another TSA, get to where the plane is. Doors already closed. It's done. It's over. We had okay, can we get on the plane? No, it's done. It's over. I'm like,
dang.
So I'm defeated already. I'm like, I already messed up. I'm like, golly. If I just pick, but I'm like, okay, here's what it is. Let me go see if I can get it. See what the next flight is. So luckily, I went to get tickets. I had to pay for them again, but I was like, at that point, I was like, whatever. I just want to
whatever. Yeah. I'm trying to get out of here, bro.
Give us tickets. Like, okay, next flight leaves at 2. So all right, cool. Not that long a wait. It's already almost 1 o'clock. It's only like an hour.
Get a little bit of time to run to place to place. Yeah.
Yep. So get to our new flight. Get there. I'm looking at our tickets. I'm like, we don't have any seat numbers on our ticket. Like, that's kind of weird. So I waited for a bit, and I was like, well, let me go see what the flight attendant says. So I went to the front desk, or the desk where the before you board. Like, hey, I don't have any no seats. Just trying to figure out where our seat numbers are. They looked at it like, oh yeah, you guys don't have any seats. We're overbooked. They overbooked this flight, so you might not have a seat. I'm like, what?
One thing after another, bro.
One thing after another, bro. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So so that happened. So then we're like, okay. So I'm sitting down. I'm trying not to make Asia panic because I know she already stressed it.
Oh yeah, I can hear Asia right. I can hear Asia right now.
So I'm like, so I told her, I'm like, okay, we gotta wait. Let's just see what happens. So everybody's starting to board the plane now. The people just boarding the plane. Just going. Walk up there again. He's like, we'll get to you. Just sit over here. And so people boarding the plane. Everybody's on the plane now. There's probably about maybe 6 other people that are in the same situation as us because the flight got overbooked. So we all just sitting there waiting, like, so what's next? So there was I think it was 2 or 3. I want to say it was like 3 people or 3 ladies. One of the ladies was intoxicated. This came out of nowhere. They're like, you can't get on the plane. You're intoxicated. So that was a whole deal there. She was fussing. Her friends were fussing. So I was like, 3 exact people had to give her their seats. I was like, I don't know. I was praying. I was like, maybe. I was like, I don't know, God. Like, you coming in, Lord? I don't know. So they couldn't get on the plane. So long story short, we got on the plane and we're finally here, back home. I say all that to say, you know who's never late? Justin Mitchell. My man's always on time.
I try to be
dependable. Is gonna be there for you. Justin Mitchell is there.
Oh man, hey, bro, that is the longest but greatest. That was a long story, but it made sense at the end. And I got you. I owe you a better intro next time because that definitely one up me. I like that. That was good. Well, I try not to be late, man. There's sometimes, man, you know, can't help it. So let's jump into it, man. It's been a crazy week outside of, I know, just with your schedule, things happening with you going to Florida, a lot of things on the move. There's been a lot of new reveals in regards to the Fusion World card game, man. There's a lot of new things that have popped up in regards to all the final pieces to set to in the Dragon Ball Super card game for Fusion World, Blazing Aura Set 2. Let's talk about a couple cards, man. Let's go ahead and just jump into the cards of the night that we want to talk about. First being this new yellow SR Goku. All right, this card right here, the 4-drop yellow Goku, 25k power, 10,000 combo power. His guy is gonna be a staple, bro. I feel like he's a yellow staple for sure. Why don't you tell us about the card, Trav? What are we looking at with this, man? What does his effects do?
Not only is he on play, but when attacking, he chooses up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards, and it can't switch to active mode during your opponent's next turn. He's a mini free. Well, is he better than Frieza? The SR Frieza?
That's what I. So my thing about this card that I love is that on play you play him, and then you pick a card. You say nope, you ain't doing nothing. Yeah. Then I swing, and I can pick another card and be like, yo, exactly. I just froze 2 of your cards. And literally just one like this is in my I mean, there may be some people who don't agree with this, but this may be a hot take. But maybe there's something we can talk about with this card. Is this card better than Cooler? 4-drop Cooler. Because Cooler is 30k power. He does not have any combo power. So, though he has 5,000 more power at his power level for his, like, overall health or power, right? But you don't have 10k combo. 10k combo is clutch.
Yeah. It's huge. Yeah. Facts. Like, these are not dead cards in your hand if you don't need them. Like,
right.
You got combo power.
And the fact that this can freeze any card.
Yeah.
I think this card is probably better to put in than, I mean, I think Cooler has his place, and I think you could run like still optimally maybe one, like two, but I think this card's better than Cooler. What do you think?
Cooler's effect as a leader, does it require it to be a Frieza like trait for it to restand? Or it can be any yellow card.
You talking about Frieza's
Cooler's leader ability.
Oh, Cooler's I honestly I don't know. Let me pull it up. Let me see.
Can't remember if it was. If it doesn't matter, then yeah, Goku definitely better.
Yeah. It's loading. It's loading. Okay, Cooler. Yeah, discard one card from your hand. Choose up to one of your battle cards with a cost of 4 or less, and freeze a clan and its special traits, or one of your energy and switch it to active mode. So yeah, Cooler, and like, but I'm talking about the Cooler, like, not leader, just the 4-drop. Is it better than the 4-drop?
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
I was making that point because as if you were playing the Cooler leader, essentially there wouldn't be any reason to play the Goku because you can't. Yeah, but yeah, overall, yes, I think he's better than the Cooler card for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I think because the Frieza, I'm making sure I'm saying this right? Like Frieza as a, where is it? Am I tripping? There it is. Yeah, I mean, even with the Frieza leader, you can choose 2 of your battle cards, doesn't matter what they are, and switch them to active mode. So even this guy, man, I mean, the thing about the Cooler is Cooler's gonna be able, like, he's a blocker. So playing him in a Frieza deck probably would be better than Goku, maybe, just because he's a blocker. And restanding a blocker that's 30k has a lot of value. When that blocker is using its blocker effect, it can like KO another little small guy, like a hit against red, or you know, a Trunks or a Goten in blue. It can kill those guys pretty easy. So yeah, I don't know. I think this card is really strong. I think this card is going to see a lot of play going into set 2 for sure. Peter Holmes said in the chat, what's sad is that since it's not Frieza Clan, you cannot restand it in Cooler leader. Okay, yeah. That is what we were talking about. Yep. So this guy next on the list is the new Future Gohan. Green has another Gohan. This time it's the Future Gohan. And yes, this card, there's a lot to. First of all, off the jump, we finally have the artwork where he doesn't have his arm.
Yes. So, like they're finally like, okay, I don't think it needs to be censored. It's it's okay. He only has one arm.
It's okay, man. Let that man's sleeve hang, bro. Let that junk just hang out.
That's what made him unique and cool. He was with one arm.
Yep. Dude was out here bodying androids with one arm, bro. Protecting Trunks' life. You know what I mean? All right, so tell us about this card, Trav. What are we looking at with this guy?
So we have 5-drop, 10k power. Well, I mean combo power, which is awesome. Like I think a lot of these cards, a lot of SRs, I think have combo power. This set, I believe. Yeah. 30k power, permanent. All of your battle cards with a cost of 3 can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skill. Awesome. Just nice clean slate. End of turn. Choose one. Play up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and KO it. So him with Broly leader is beyond busted because first of all, Broly usually doesn't have little stuff while he's ramping. He might play an Android, 17 here, right? But usually while he's ramping, he ain't really got nothing on the field. Maybe a Vegeta will come out turn 4. Sure. But this, like, you got a perfect world. They play Vegeta when they get 4 energy. They say whatever the case is, it's still alive. Then the next one they have 5 energy. They play Gohan, and then they play this Gohan plays that green Trunks so he can ramp. Yep. So you got 3 bodies on the board before the leader ain't did nothing yet. So, I'm like, oh my god. Facts. So not only got to deal with that, you got and then by then they're gonna have the 8-drop Broly coming out, and yeah,
Yeah, I mean, by that time
it's crazy.
you're definitely seeing at least 7 to 8 energy at that point, especially in Broly. You're gonna
Yeah,
probably be at 8 pretty quick. I mean, being able to have the 3-drop trunks be protected so it can't be removed is
right.
insanely good by protecting it, so that way something isn't going to in blue bottom deck it or pop it back to their hand. The only thing that can stop that guy is a red card, right? To neg it.
Yeah,
If they can neg it, that's
a
the only
negative.
way around it. Other than that, ain't nothing happening to it, right? It's gonna get you
Right.
free energy.
It's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
Yeah, it's super good. I definitely think this is gonna see some solid play. I mean, but when you look at other 5-drops in green, we have the Goku that helps you keep your energy high and it just
Yeah,
recycles. And the other 5-drop is Gohan, I think, that blows up a 4 cost or less.
hmm
Um,
hmm
and I definitely think this card, I personally like this card better than the Gohan. Um, maybe that may change later. I don't know, because 4 or less, if it was remove something 5 or less, I would say that Gohan is cracked.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
but yeah. It's stupid good, but the reason that's why they made it 4 less because it'd be too. So I could see you replacing that card with this card like easily. Like plus
yep,
it has 10K power, so like why not?
yeah,
You're not losing anything essentially. I will say that Gohan leader might still want to run the. I feel like the 5-drop Goku is kind of more of a staple in the Gohan leader
yeah,
than with the
more than
Broly.
it is Broly. Yeah.
So I'll probably say you might want to stick with that. We'll see though. We'll
Yeah,
see how it
I
goes.
think that's the thing. I think right now we're all just kind of speculating what we're gonna. 'Cause I know I
Yeah.
haven't given a lot of time to theory testing and crafting. I know there's probably many of you who are watching this right now and you're like, dude, I've already theory tested and crafted. I've already printed proxies and done all this crazy stuff. And if that's you, man, kudos to you for having that ability and that amount of time to do that. I know me and Trav with jobs and wives and kids and all the things. It is a lot to be able to try to find the time to do all that on top of everything we got going on in our own personal lives, I'm sure. But I think you could kind of theory test in your head how some of these
Yeah.
things will go. And based off that, I think that's where we're coming up with some of the things we're talking about right here. But let's go into the next card. Gohan, obviously, I think every card we're talking about tonight is solid. I think these are all
Yeah.
fun things to talk about. I don't feel like there's any card that we're talking about that's new tonight that is absolute garbage. I don't think so. There is one that's a little sus, and we're gonna get to that I think next. And it's not next. It's this one first. We're gonna do 3-drop red Gohan, Universe 7 Gohan. All right, Tournament of Power Gohan. Okay. First of all, the artwork on these look great, man. All 3 of the cards we just showed, the SRs, the basic generic. We don't even know what the alt art looked like. We have no idea. But I guarantee you, these alt arts are gonna be chef's kiss, bro. They're gonna probably
The fact that
sick.
they're still doing custom artwork for this game is dope.
Come on, man.
Like,
I mean, they've already done a million
You
different
get it.
ones for the Masters version,
right?
and then they
Exactly.
got all of this brand new art for this, and I'm like, bro, we just getting blessed as a Dragon Ball fandom. You know what I mean? Like, we're just getting the works. 3-drop red Universe 7 Tournament of Power Gohan. Okay, 20k power, 5k combo. What's the effects on this guy? Trav, what we looking like?
Permanent. Your turn. If your leader is awakened, this card is plus 5,000 power. So he's just a 5,000 power. 25k power for 3. Always good. When attacking, add up to 1 card from your life from your hand. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15 power for a turn. So
Sheesh.
I mean, it just the 3-drop Goku. You play him, take a life, and he gets it's what 20k. Set one.
Which one?
The red Goku, the 3-drop.
Yeah, he blows up anything 20k or less.
Okay, and he's 20k power or 25 power.
He's 25.
25. Okay. Oh, I mean, they're both. I'm trying to see if they're both good. I want to say
I
which ones.
yeah. I mean, they're technically both the same because you're gonna probably play this card and you're
Yeah.
gonna be awakened. I mean, red leaders awaken on turn 2 or 3, and by that time you're playing this guy anyways. So you don't necessarily. I mean, you can play this on turn 3 and you're gonna awaken with it. You know what I mean? Most of the time. But you also take a life with the 3-drop Goku as well. The 3-drop Goku takes a life, blows up anything 20k or less. The good thing about this though that is understandably better for its archetype that they're creating it for is the new red Goku leader, which is its power level is 20k at the top, and it technically is 25, but they have the 20 just so you can get the skill off on your leader, which is tap 1, play a 20k or less card. So it needed to have the permanent, so that a way it could skate by that effect. Because if it was 25, it would just sit in your hand and it couldn't do anything.
Right.
So I do love that sneaky tech that they added in there specifically for that leader, to just be able to tap 1 and play this big guy to drop out and just neg something 15. I think is great, because technically what's really dope is if you're at turn 4, right? You tap 1, you discard a card, you play this 3-drop Gohan. You now have a 25k on the board. And when you attack, you're not going to take a life because you'll be at 4, but you literally swing, neg something 15. So something pretty big on the board, it's like a 35k. You neg that by 15, they're now a 20. I still have 3 open energy. I tap 3, play my big Goku, and boom, blow that junk up. Like, and now I have 2 big 25k swingers on the board. Like, that's pretty freaking good. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. I like that turn. That turn sounds really spicy to me. So, just off the top of my head, I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Nah, it's a solid card. Like I said, nothing we've seen tonight has been like bad.
Yeah, nothing's cheeks. We ain't showing nothing cheeks right now. Like, these are all pretty spicy. You know what I'm saying? Next card, going into our first secret rare of the night. First secret rare that was revealed. This card has gotten a lot of friction. But before we talk about that, I want to say this publicly. I did call Vegito. Okay, I called it, Trav.
Let's rewatch.
And look, I'm just saying I called it first. That's all I'm saying.
I think we all called it. Okay, if you want to call it, fine, whatever.
Hey, you called the next one. Okay, you did call that one. I definitely did not see. I was like, are they really gonna do that? I don't know, but I knew. I mean, even if you check the log in our Discord, there was people like, oh, it's gonna be Fuse Zamasu, or it's gonna be this Trunks with the sword, and I'm like, nah. I was like, that junk gonna be Vegito Blue, dog, guaranteed. I was like, there's no way they have everything going from all the Goku Black arc and all the stuff going into Fuse Zamasu,
and not have Vegito,
and then we have the base form Vegito. But I'm like, we're gonna get Vegito Blue at this point. Like, it has to be the secret rare. Like, that's gonna be a big chase card just because people love Vegito. There's a lot of Vegito fans.
Alt art.
Yeah, and I'm like, the alt art is probably gonna be sexy, bro.
Fire. It's probably gonna be a final. If it's a final Kamehameha, oh my gosh, people.
Hey man, I'm not even a Vegito. I like Vegito. I do like him. I respect him. You know, he's not anything compared to our Gogeta. You know what I mean? Me and Trevor. Me and Trevor won on one accord on that, and that's. I'm a Goku guy, he's a Vegeta guy, but we both agree Gogeta is the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Disagree if you want. Fight me in the comments. I don't care. But I do like Vegeta. I'm not a hater on him. I respect him. I like him. I think he's dope. Yeah, the alt arts on this are probably gonna be crazy. But let's get into the effects of this guy, man.
Yeah. So on play,
go ahead.
Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 5 or less and return it to your owner's hand. let me finish. All right. Activate me once per turn. If you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, switch this card to active mode. First of all, what is with bouncing the hand? That I don't understand the people that are making these blue cards. Like, what is their infatuation with bouncing the hand? It's oh, bottom decking is just better. It is. I'm like, why do these cards just not bottom deck? Just make it simple. This card will go from. I probably say this card is like on a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a 6. Yeah. If it bottom deck, immediately a 7.5. If it bottom deck.
And here's the thing.
Maybe an 8.
Here's what I want to say about this card. For me personally, I think the fact that this card has 5k combo power does help it out significantly. Because every SCR is 0 combo power, except for this one. So the fact that you could run 4 of these feels pretty good. Like,
you just take out Vegeta and replace Vegeta with this guy.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, because you're going to be able to get this thing as a dual attacker every time. So I personally don't, this is just a hot take from me. I don't care. I mean, I agree with you. Bottom decking is better than going to hand. But most of the stuff you're bouncing back to their hand is probably not going to have any combo power anyway. So it really doesn't matter. It's a dead card. And if you're playing this, like, I'm forcing my opponent to replay their entire scenario again. So if they do have a 5-drop, Frieza, Goku, whatever, it's going to go back to their hand. And then it's like, you're going to have to, if you want to do that again, you gotta tap 5 again, homie. You're going to have to tap 5. And yes, it sucks having it in hand, but it's 0k combo. So it's not really hurting me. It's just going to make my opponent play their whole scenario again to try and like, versus it just staying on board and being against me next turn. So, and the fact that if I have 4 of them, it's probably going to say every turn after 5, I'm whirlwind slamming one of these every time. Like, there's no reason why there's no reason why you wouldn't run 4 of these, in my opinion. Like, why not? You know what I mean? If you run 4 of these and 4 trunks, every 5-drop is dead. Like, it does, like, blue will take 5 drops and say bye-bye. Like, that's the one thing I think in thinking about it, in any future run-in against blue, I'm gonna be terrified that once I play my 5-drop double strike Goku in red, it's probably gone next turn. Like, guaranteed. Like, they're going to be able to just blow that junk up with Trunks. They're going to be able to blow, like, I know in their hand, they're going to have the answers. Like, because right now, you only have Trunks, really. You know what I mean? Like, and what, Final Flash?
Yeah.
That's about it. Final Flash and your Trunks. Now you have 3 answers. You got Final Flash, you got Trunks, and now you got this guy. So the only thing that I would change about this card, if personally, I would love to see this actually hit something bigger than 5.
If it shouldn't, I feel like it shouldn't even matter. It should be able to hit anything.
Right. Know? That's what I mean. I'm like, it's Vegito Blue, bro. Like, Vegito Blue should be able to just smack Broly in the mouth.
Yeah, it should just. Yeah, I think it should just be like, just return a card to your opponent's hand. That's it.
Yep. Yep. If you're gonna return something to their hand, let it be something worth big value. You know what I mean?
Like a mini. He's like a blue Broly. If he did that, he'd basically be a blue Broly.
And for cheaper.
Bounce back and swing try. Yeah, right.
And with combo power, that would be nuts. But, you know, that's not what we got. It is what it is. We got, I mean, and there are some people right now that I've seen on Twitter that commented on my post about it. And I think there's some people who are like, I don't think this card is as bad as they think it's going to be. And so they're like, yo, like, just kind of hold out. And I don't know There is some spicy stuff. I don't play blue that often. I really don't. I play red and green most of the time. I just started playing around with yellow a little bit, but I don't know. Let me see if we can look up what what's the there's a Zamasu. I think there's a Zamasu card in this new set that everybody's talking about. I can't remember what he does off the top of my head 'cause it's been a while since I've seen him. Here it is. When attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw a card. KO, play this card from your... No, that's not it. That's not it. Somebody said something about Zamasu. Is
that would go good with this secret rare?
Yeah.
That pairs up with it?
What card are they talking about? Do you know?
No, might be talking about the SR. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm looking at the SR right now, and it's if you have when attacking, if you have 7 or fewer cards in your hand, draw a card. When KO'd, play this card from your drop in rest mode. Then you can't play Zamasu cards for the turn. I don't understand how that does anything. Maybe it's the leader. No, it's not it either. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody in the chat who can tell us. I don't know. But somebody was talking about. I believe it was a Zamasu card, or there's another card that I guess somebody is pairing. People are pairing with this to make it actually really good. I don't know. But either way, I think after testing and giving some more time with it, we may find out this card is a lot more cracked than we thought it was. You know what I mean? There's always that.
That's happened a lot. That's definitely happened a lot in Masters, for sure.
Oh, it definitely has happened in Masters. There's been a lot of cards in Masters, even in recent sets, I can tell you, where cards like, that card's kind of trash. And then, like, next set, you're like, holy, this card is broken. So
I remember Victory Strike. People say Victory Strike was trash when it first came out.
Victory Strike.
You know what happened with that.
Yeah, and then they were like, we gotta get rid of some of the cards that were abusing this card. So yeah, Vegito Blue, beautiful looking card. I love the card art. I think it's sick looking.
Yeah.
I think
it's gonna be a chase card just because it's Vegito.
So do you think this card or the Frieza, which we're showing right now? There's the second SCRs, Golden Frieza. My man Trav called it. He said it was gonna be Golden Frieza, and it is Golden Frieza for yellow. Do we think this card or the Vegito is gonna get the double alt art? Which one's getting the big chase card? It's got to be Vegito.
I say Vegeta. Yeah, 100%. If I'd be shocked if it is Frieza. I would be. I would genuinely be shocked.
If they make, if they make Frieza have the ultimate chase card for this set, I'd be very like, yo, like what is going on? You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
Because Vegito's fan base is
through the roof. Frieza's popular too, but I feel like Vegito still has him on like just fan base wise. Like if you put two of them side by side, 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure people are gonna pick Vegito over Frieza.
Facts. Fusion characters always get the love, man. That's a fact. Enoch, what up though? What up? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the podcast, sir.
Yo, what's up, Enoch?
Yes, sir.
Real quick though, Golden Frieza.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
40k power, 0 combo, which is, I mean, I guess
it's expected. It's expected.
Yeah. Your opponent's battle card with a cost of 5 or more are played in rest mode. That's a permanent. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's rest mode battle cards to KO. It's a really good card. Like I'm with it. I'm definitely running 2, at least 2.
This card is cracked, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. This card is really good, man. 40k 6 drop. So you're gonna play your 5 drop Frieza the first turn before it, and then you're gonna turn right around and throw this guy out and be like, GG's.
Right.
Like, what the flip is going on? Like, dude, and this guy paired up with the Goku or the new Vegeta.
Yeah, the new Vegeta against Green, they can't even get rid of it. It's like you have a Vegeta on the field, you play this Frieza. You're like, okay, play your Broly. It's fine. He's not he's not dying.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hey, you're not swinging with the Broly. He's just gonna
dog.
He's just gonna come in.
Yeah, he's insanely good. I think this is just continuing to prove the point that I have been saying this for years. I think Bandai is a bunch of yellow players.
Bro, they really are. Like, even out, let's go outside of Dragon Ball. When I was playing Digimon, yellow was still good. They love yellow. I don't know what it is. I'm wondering how it is in One Piece. I haven't played One Piece, but I wonder if yellow is good over there in One Piece.
I have no idea what Bandai behind the scenes is talking about or what they're what they're on, but I promise you Bandai has to be yellow players, bro, because all of this stuff is crap. And I think they love Frieza. Frieza always be getting like yellow. He's always yellow, and he's always got cracked abilities that just make no sense. And they're annoying to fight against. Like Frieza decks literally live up to the character itself because he is so annoying and he's so frustrating. He's just a bully, and I'm like, bro, I can't stand you. Like, you know. But yeah, that permanent, your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or more are played in rest mode. So it's like, bro, go ahead and play your Broly. It just comes in tapped. Sorry.
Yeah, it ain't doing nothing.
and like, it just literally makes green specifically struggle against yellow even more.
Yeah.
Because now you get to
even.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was saying, even if they, say you have Frieza on the field and they do play Broly, even if they blow him up, he's still tapped. Like, that's a crazy. Even if they get rid of him, he still gets hit by that effect. It's crazy.
It's disgusting. Peter said in the chat, I would like to point out that even without the Vegeta, it's still rest mode the Broly before it gets blown up.
Oh yeah, yep. Yep. Just it.
But I mean, it's definitely looking like right now, on paper and just logically, this Frieza is broken. It's really strong, and it is going to prove that with the decks that are going to be made for this whole set. Like this is a very, very big card. I think it's probably the best SCR out of set 1 and 2. I don't even think. I mean, Gohan is really good too, but the fact is, Gohan, it really doesn't matter because Gohan can't even blow him up.
Right. You can't touch him.
Because Gohan only kills anything 5 or less. So it's like, you can board wipe yellow, but you got to leave my Frieza. You know what I mean? You're like, no. Like, a 40k body that's still sitting there. Darn.
Right.
Like, Peter said, don't forget that it's easy to rest lock the opponent now, so it's even more troublesome. Exactly. You're going to literally have your opponent in rest mode everywhere, and it's going to be a yellow meta, my friends. We thought green had it first set. Yellow's turn. Yellow's turn. Yellow's taking it.
I think
Red's the sleeper.
Red and yellow. I think red has the chance to fight against yellow just because it doesn't necessarily have to, do a bunch of swinging to get, like, it can minus it without swinging stuff, or it can minus things without having to swing and put your stuff in rest mode.
Yep, and you could play a bunch of, like, your secret rare is a 4 cost in red. So the fact that it's not a 5 or more keeps red safe, which is going to make that secret rare a little more valuable. Like, you may be running 4 of those over the Goku now. Because if
I can't wait.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild meta, though. Like, because I'm really curious to see how that's going to play out, for sure. yeah, so I don't know about you, man, but I'm excited about set 2, man. I'm excited to just
Oh yeah, I'm hyped.
get my hands on this stuff, play test some stuff. We will be doing, just to forewarn everyone, me and my boy Travis here, we do have a case of set 2 on the way. We will be cracking that mug open, doing another live stream. My boy Minnie will not be partaking in this one with me, this case break, but me and my boy Travis, we are going in on a case together, and you guys will be able to watch and tune in and see just who might get the alternate art chase card secret rare. We'll see who gets it. You know what I mean? But either way, it's gonna be fun to watch and see what we pull. And you guys can be in the chat. We will be streaming over on Twitch, so make sure you guys tune in on that. We will keep you posted online when we will be doing that, when we get the box in and the case in. But it's gonna be a good time, man. It's gonna be fun. Meme of the nighttime, baby. Meme of the nighttime. Here is the image tonight that we are gonna crack some jokes on, just lighten the mood a little bit before we get ready to close this thing on out. This is the infamous scene of one of Travis's favorite characters. He kind of looks like he's making the face right now as he's looking at the card. It kind of looks like it. The way you were looking sideways is like, listen, you guys, you're twinning. You're twinning. We all know this scene. We all know this scene, bro. This is Vegeta's big character development moment when he started to turn from being, in wrestling terms, he was a heel. Now he's turning babyface. Now he's turning into a good guy. And so
this is me when I see cool, rare moments that I like Goku. I'm just like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I guess I'll change it a little bit, just a little bit. Like the 5-drop Goku card for yellow. I like, okay, it's Goku, but it's a really good card. I put him in the deck. It's Goku, but he's good. So you know.
Hey, what's one? Speaking of that, before I give you my meme. What is one card character that you struggle, even if the card is good, putting it in your deck?
Goku.
Seriously? That's terrible. My man said the main character of the show. I struggle putting him in my deck. Like, what? That's terrible.
Why? I literally was like, I kind of want to play red just to see how red it is. And I was like, I'm not gonna play Goku. I'm gonna play Beers.
Oh my gosh, bro! I can't with this guy, bro.
Know,
he could have picked anyone. He could have picked Tien. He could have said Yamcha. He could have said anything else. But the one guy you don't like is one of the strongest dudes in the entire show. Come on, man. Dang.
It's funny how that went, right?
That's terrible. I was expecting something way different. I was like, he's gonna put. He got a little bit like I was like maybe Frieza or maybe. Like, nope. He's like, I'll take Yamcha over Goku.
Yamcha got that Wolfang fist, man.
Oh man, this is the face I make when Travis starts to show a little bit of love towards Goku. This is the face I make back to him. That's like, he does love my guy. All right, low key, I see it.
This is the face that you make after you make love to your wife. You did a job well done.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's I did well tonight. I did well.
I could pass on pieces.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. This is the face I make when my kids can fix their own food without making a mess. I'm like, yes, I've taught you well. Good job. Like, you're not making a mess in my kitchen.
Oh man, good stuff.
Any more thoughts of a meme for this? That come to mind.
That's exactly how I look when I finally got on that airplane today. Like, yes, finally. Thank you, G.
I can finally make it home to my.
I can make it home. Oh my gosh. I was at the end of my whip.
This is the face I make when I finally win a game on the digital client after losing 5 in a row. when I can say, yes, I actually don't suck so bad. See all the scars on him and all the dirt? That's the beating I started to take. And then I'm like, yes, I'm alive. I don't suck.
Crawling.
Oh,
Oh man, scraping and crawling for those wins, man.
bro, I don't know what. That jump was so bad, bro. That was so bad.
I feel you. I'm at plat 3, and I'm just like, you know what? I might just sit here
Yeah,
because I feel like every time I try to progress any more than this, the game's like, nah. I know.
all you guys who are in God tier right now, we're gonna see where you really stand on set 2, because set 2 gonna be real, because a lot of y'all just played a lot of hours when the matchmaking was all discombobulated and you were playing against bronze players all night long in your platinum level mess. So we gonna see, man. So I don't trust you in set 1 being God tier right now. I'm just saying we gonna find out what you really what we really are at next set. You know what I mean?
People find out now that matchmaking, so you're right.
Yeah, hey, facts, bro. I'm like just getting into I'm like platinum 5 or not, yeah, 5 I think is what it is. I'm in 5 and bouncing between 5 and 4. I'm like, I got close to 3 and then went all the way down to gold and then got back into platinum and then went back down. I'm like, oh my god, like this is ridiculous. We'll see what set 2 like though. We're gonna see.
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
Yeah. What let's see, what's last part, man? Any final words or things from you, man, of before we get off stream, man? Like what do we want to talk about to maybe power up the people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is I don't want to keep this conversation long, but we could definitely go for a long. You and me could definitely chat on this subject for a bit, but
Probably.
I want to hit on the subject, even experiencing this weekend, but I won't go into it. So I want to say, why does it seem that there is this simple, there's I don't know the words. I'm gonna say evil people versus good people. Why does it seem that evil people or bad people are successful in what they do? And it seems like they get everything that they want. And you have, on the other hand, good people, godly people that are struggling, can't seem to catch a break, paycheck to paycheck, stress, etc. Like it just never seems to end. Like why is life, or why does it seem life is like this at times? Of course, it's stuff that can go, way beyond behind the scenes and stuff. But I'm gonna hit you with what I've noticed, or just stuff I've been experiencing with my side of the family. Um, for example, my wife's father and her mother. They've been going through some things in life. Life has hit her mother with MS, which is a multiple sclerosis disease. If people don't know what it is, but they're really good people. My point being is, and this weekend, we went down to Florida to, be at the funeral, and unfortunately, her mom can't even make it to the funeral because stuff happened with her MS. So a whole trip went down there. Everything was perfect. Still couldn't even make it to the funeral.
Dang.
I'm just like, on top of other things that happen. So like, why do we have these good people that have dad volunteer like it? To me, in my eyes, they have done nothing wrong but been just really good people and they're making the best that they can. But I'm gonna go way left field. You got people like Lil Nas, that's the disrespectful to the Christian, but just doing all crazy types of stuff. But yet he's still getting money, still famous. How are people wondering why is a man like this still running around being able to do all these things when you got good people over there that should be getting their just desserts too? And there could be multiple other examples, but I'm just hitting with this one for right now.
Yeah. I mean, my question to you before I even say what do you think? What is your kind of take on that outlook or that question? How do you answer that? What is your thoughts on that? You know what I mean?
As a Christian, I do know that God's ways are not our ways, for one thing, which is something hard to swallow sometimes, because you think that sometimes okay, God definitely will want me to do this or this and this happens, but sometimes that's not always the case. I sometimes I just don't know, honestly.
Trav. Trav.
think it's still something I'm learning, just on the journey, just trying to see like do certain things happen. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
You broke you like froze and then it like jacked up. So you just said like I'm learning
I'm good.
something and yeah, you're good now.
Okay. I was just saying I'm learning on my journey. Just growing in the faith of trying to understand why certain things happen to good people and why certain things happen or why it seems bad people are getting blessed with certain things. I don't necessarily still have an answer to that, but I do know that at least in my own journey, um, like I said, in my faith, I've come to when bad stuff happens to me, for example, I've attained a certain amount of peace. Or I was like today at the airport thing, I was getting stressed out about, it, but at the same time, I know my old self would have been flipping out, would have been blaming everybody, not even looking at myself. I was like, it was my fault. No, I'm gonna fix it. It is what it is. Like Jesus just helped me get on this plane. We good. Like I'm fine with that. And we got on the plane and we're here.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I really actually wish I had an answer to this stuff. I know people ask it. I don't know because, like I said, you try to help people that are going through stuff, and you're just like, why are they going through so much stuff when they seem like they're really good people, and you're helping them through the process, but it just doesn't seem like anything's getting better, you know?
Yeah.
But I do also know that God can show up unexpectedly, like bam, someone just it'll flip, but just like that. So I'm like, is God using certain people to be an example, so that when He does come in, it's like, oh wow, like God was here the whole time. He was just trying to build up to a certain point where it's like, hey, I need y'all to depend on me for this and show y'all. I don't know. That's just certain things how I look at it.
Yeah. Nah, that's it's understandable, man, and I think we've all been there. I think everybody struggles with that question, and like I think this is a relevant one, obviously, in your book because of what you've been going through and what you've been experiencing on your side of uh, the camera, right? And just in your life in general, there's a lot of things, sickness and death or whatever. There's been a lot of things happening, right? And like, I think here's what I always like to ask people whenever I get faced with this question. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I've quite frequently, but like, I always try to ask people how to define good. When we say, hey, like, why is it that good things happen to bad people and bad things always happen to good people? And I'm always like, well, let's start on this playing field of let's define good first. And, so what is good, Trav? Like, how do you define good? Like, how do you know someone's good?
I feel like someone's good if if you have a peace with them, they don't stress you out. They don't do anything detrimental to you to under your character. Try to harm you in certain type of ways, and just helping others, just loving on others. I
Yeah.
feel like a bad person is not going to really. Good people care. Bad people always say they don't care, or yeah. I'll say that a good person cares for others, and um, being that they do care for others, I feel like that sometimes can lead to the hurt that they get.
Yeah. So that's I agree. I think those are ways that we can define good. But then we take it a step further and we say, okay, well, if we're talking about faith and we're talking about God and we're talking about creation, then we have to take it a step a little bit, zoom a little more in, and not so broad, right? We have to start shrinking it down. And so it's like, okay, step further is how does God view good? What does God say is good? Right? What does a good person look like to God? Right? Because that's the root of what that's how we get to the root of what we're talking about. We have to define these elements. And so for people, we like to say God, or we like to say people are good by these standards and by these things. The things you just listed, a lot of people say this is the standard of what good looks like. But then that is my standard. My standard, just like you said earlier, our ways aren't always God's ways. So if that's true, then that means his standard of what good looks like is actually probably different than how mine looks. So good, actually, what we just described isn't actually good. So this goes into the point of saying, actually, when people ask me this stuff, I'm like, look, like, I asked the same things I just asked you. And then I'm like, look, the reality is God is like, because we all live in a broken world and we're all jacked up and we all have, because sin entered the world, what happens is now none of us are good. We're all disqualified from literally entering into the presence and having God be with us. That's why we were kicked out. That's why there's a lot of theology in that, right? There's a whole different thing. And I'm not trying to go down this rabbit hole, but what I am saying is that at the end of the day, sin sucks and it broke everything into pieces. The relationship between God and man fractured until Christ come back, right? That's just the reality, right? And then us, and like the only thing that makes Justin good, like I try to tell people, the only thing good about me, if you see anything good about me, and you're like, man, Justin, you're just a good dude. Naturally, Justin is not a good dude. Naturally, Justin is an arrogant, like prideful, impatient, angry, blah, 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 fill in the blank probably, dude, on my own. Selfishness, all of that. But when whatever I'm displaying that's like a good thing is 9 times out of 10, it's not a Justin thing. It's because what God has done in me. And so when you're seeing the good, you're actually seeing a quality that that God has instilled in me that now, so that's where it's like good things happen to bad people. Like good things happen to bad people, but also bad things happen to bad people. Like that's the truth too. I know people who are gangbangers and do it and they die. Why? Because they're bad people and they're doing stupid stuff. So but the problem is we look at these celebrities and we say, well, why are they? And it's like just because they have a lot of money doesn't mean they're actually happy. Doesn't mean they're actually good. Like they're sure they have excess, but excess of things doesn't always mean my life is fruitful in the way that God designed it to be. So there are plenty of people who would have a lot of money, but then look at somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Possibly, you know, I don't know, Asia's mom like that or anything like that, but they could look at somebody else and be like, man, I wish I had their life though, because I know the stuff that they get, how they're like, where their heart is and how their outlook is on life. I don't have that, and I have everything. The world is in my hands, and I can do everything and anything I wanted to, but I still am depressed. That's why we have celebrities with tons of people going through like suicidal things, right? Like, so that's true. You know what I mean? So just because there's a lot of and that's the thing is like, do I deem a lot of money as good? I mean, yeah, it's a good thing. I'm not mad about if I got blessed with $1 million, I'm like, hey, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? But our worldview is different because of specifically for people who have a faith and a trust that looks like this, where I'm putting my faith and my trust in God. Like my outlook is different because I don't need that to be happy anymore. I don't need it. Like that's just a cherry on top. If God just so chooses and allows me to have that opportunity to make that type of money, great. But also that type of thing also causes a different responsibility for those of us who are walking and living in that type of space, right? So there's a whole lot of things I could say about that, but for me personally is like, I think also bad things happen to people, period, good or bad people. Bad things happen to us. And I think we could close with this is saying bad things may happen to you. Bad things will happen to you. And bad things will and have happened to me as much as they have you, Trav. Like we've all gone through bad things. But bad things happen because I believe that the reason is so we can see that we are not the ones in control. And we have to be willing to say, God, I need your help. They exist so I can see I need something bigger than myself to fall back on, because if I can control everything, then what's the need for God in general? What's the need? There's no need for faith anymore. You know what I'm saying? So bad things happen for that. You know what I mean?
That's good. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, because I heard real quick, we'll close it. But there was a sermon I was listening to, and gosh, I wish I remember his name. But long story short, he was like, at the end of the day, he's like, God's role, or in general, is not necessarily to make you happy. Cause I was thinking, I was like, what? I was like, that's kind of harsh. I thought on it for a little bit, you know. I was just thinking, I need to crack my Bible open some more. But anyway, I meditated on it for a bit. Just I'm like, I was looking like, why we? But then I was like, what you just said, I was like, if everything was just hunky dory, perfect, like you said, why have faith? Why would it be? Everything's fine, you know. It's like there wouldn't be any need for God or to have faith in it. So that's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, and hopefully that encourages somebody who's listening. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what you stand on and where your faith is. It doesn't have to be the same as what we're talking about. That's okay. That you're welcome here. You're completely able to have conversations with us in and out of Discord, in and off of stream, in and out of the chat comment section, on YouTube, whatever that looks like. But understand, like, man, there is a reason for our suffering. I think the things we go through are not by coincidence. I think no matter how big or small the suffering looks. I mean, I've seen everything from cancer to, you know, someone who's lost somebody through gun violence or whatever. I don't know. There's a ton of different things that you could look at and throw on the board as I've experienced this bad thing or that bad thing. Just know, man, like you're not alone. All of us have gone through bad things. There's bad things always happening in and around the world right now, and in our own lives. And there are people that care, right? There are people that genuinely care, and that is why Power Up stuff exists. And so we could talk about this type of stuff. And if you are going through something bad, you know, hey, you got people who are in your corner. You got people who care about you and are willing to step in and walk through maybe some of that with you. So hopefully you feel that, man. And that's how we power up. That's a little bit of how we power this thing up. You know what I mean? And so, thank you, Trav, for just being a part of this tonight, man. And sorry we couldn't have our boy Hector with us tonight. He had to tend to some family things going on. His mom wasn't feeling too well, so he had to, you know, help her out and take care of some things at home. So praying for Mama Minnie over there, making sure she's good. And yeah, we'll continue to lift your family up as well, Travis, too, through the loss of another, you know, loved one you guys have been going through it, man. So we're praying for you guys, bro. So
appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you tell somebody you love them. Empower yourself up. Power up those around you. And go out into the world to make a difference. That's what this whole thing is about. Catch you guys next week for episode 4.
Have a good night.
Later, guys.